Hello children, welcome to the online classes. In the previous session I explained you cell, the fundamental unit of life. By going through that you came to know that every organism starts its life with a single cell. Every organism starts its life with a single cell, the zygote. This zygote undergoes repeated mitotic divisions and forms a group of cells. That group of cells is called tissues. Can we call any group of cells as tissue? No, not like that. The cells that have similar structure and perform similar function come under they form a tissue. In a tissue, all the cells must be having similar structure and they should perform similar function. Then only we call that group of cells as a tissue. So, a single cell forms a group of cells. That is called tissue. If those tissue is present in plants, it is plant tissue. If the tissues are present in animals, they are animal tissues. The plant tissues, coming to plant tissues, there are two types of plant tissues, mainly two types of plant tissues. What are they? The first one is meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. The cells in this tissue, they promote the growth of the plant. The plant has to grow, isn't it? They promote the growth of the plant. So, what are the growing regions of a plant? The growing regions of a plant are, you know pretty well that the root grows towards the soil and stem grows towards the sun. So, at the stem tip and root tip, there are growing, the growth promoting tissue. That is meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissue present in the tip of the stem and root are called apical meristems. Apical meristematic tissue is present in the stem tip and the root tip. This is the stem tip and this is the root tip. The root tip is covered by root cap. To protect the root tip, there is a root cap because the root has to penetrate into the soil particles. That is about apical meristems. Apical meristematic tissue is present in the stem tip and the root tip. Next one, if you take a stem, the stem has to grow in width. So, on the lateral sides of the stem, there are a particular tissue, that is lateral meristem. Lateral. The meristematic tissue present on the lateral walls of the stem that promote the growth of the stem in width, or they add girth to the stem, they are called lateral meristematic tissue. And the third one is intercalary meristematic tissue. That is, suppose you take the stem, from here the branch arose, the branch is growing from here. This, if we take off the branch from here, this part is called node. From where the branch arises is called node. From here the leaves arise. This is the node. And from here the leaves arise. The leaves are growing from here. This is also a node. From the nodes only, the leaves and branches grow on the stem. So, in these areas, in the nodes, there are a type of meristematic tissue, that is intercalary meristematic tissue. So, meristematic tissue are of three types: apical meristems, lateral meristems, and intercalary meristems. Intercalary. Apical meristems are present at the stem tip and also at the root tip. Lateral meristems are present on the lateral walls of the side walls of the stems to promote the growth, width of the stem. And intercalary meristems are present from wherever the leaves or branches arise or flowers arise. Those are called nodes. From where the branch or leaf arises, that place is called node. From the nodes, the branches or leaves grow. In the nodes, intercalary meristematic tissue is present. It promotes the growth of leaves, flowers and branches. That is about meristematic tissue. In the meristematic tissue, all the cells promote the growth of the plant. Next, permanent tissue. So what are the major types of plant tissues? Meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Under permanent tissue, three types. Again, two types are there. Simple permanent, and complex permanent tissue. In simple permanent tissue, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Yes, parenchyma tissue is present in almost all the parts of the plant. It forms the ground tissue. The parenchyma tissue that has chloroplasts is present in the green parts of the plant. For example, leaves. In the leaves and in the stem also, green stem, there are chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is nothing but the parenchyma which has chloroplasts. And in the remaining parts of the plant, fruits or flowers or roots, there may not be green in color, but parenchyma tissue is present. The parenchyma tissue present in leaves is called chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is nothing but the parenchyma with the chloroplasts. And another type of parenchyma is aerenchyma. These tissue are present in the aquatic plants. The cells in parenchyma are maybe spherical or oval. There are intercellular spaces and the walls are thin. Yes, and which have chlorophyll or chlorenchyma, chloroplast or chlorenchyma, and with the large intercellular spaces, they are called aerenchyma. Aerenchyma is present in the aquatic plants because they have to float on the water. So the aerenchyma tissue gives balance to the plant, aquatic plant, which floats on the water. Aerenchyma is also nothing but parenchyma. Parenchyma is the ground tissue with the spherical cells or oval cells with the intercellular spaces. And this is in this if chloroplasts are present, it is called chlorenchyma, present in the green parts of the plant. And parenchyma tissue with large intercellular spaces is present in the aquatic plants, which help the plant to float on the water. They are called aerenchyma. That is about parenchyma. Next one, collenchyma. Collenchyma is present in the stems and in the midrib. Midrib means for the leaf there is a midrib and veins are present in the veins and the midrib, and in the stems, young stems, the collenchyma cells are collenchyma tissue is present. See, we can bend this like this. It will not break. The flexibility is because of the collenchyma, and also it gives mechanical strength to stand erect. That is collenchyma. In collenchyma, the cells are close to each other with small intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces are very small and the walls are little bit thicker than the parenchyma. Both parenchyma and collenchyma are living cells. They have life. They can divide and they can give rise to new cells. Understood? Yes, this is about collenchyma. Collenchyma is present in the stems and midribs, veins, etc. They give mechanical strength and support to the plant. They make the plant parts flexible. That is about collenchyma. Next one, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, mostly dead cells. In our body also, there are dead cells in the hair and nails, like that in plants also. Some dead cells are present, that is sclerenchyma. In seeds, the shell is hard. If you take coconut, the shell is hard. This is sclerenchyma, the dead cells. Yes. Sclerenchyma, the cells are hexagonal and they are very close to each other. There are no intercellular spaces at all, and the walls are thick with lignin depositions. The cell walls are very thick with lignin depositions, and they give mechanical strength and they make the hard parts of the plant. That is about sclerenchyma. Next, simple permanent tissue, that is. Next, complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue, mainly xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. In the plant, the roots absorb water. That water has to be taken to all parts of the other parts of the plant. Who takes that water to other parts of the plant? Xylem. That cells in the xylem take water from roots to other parts of the plant, and the cells in the phloem take food prepared by leaves from the leaves to other parts of the plant. That is about xylem and phloem. That is complex permanent tissue because their structure is complex and they have different types of cells. First of all, in parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma cells are similar. Their structure is simple, but in complex permanent tissue, xylem and phloem, their structure is complex because xylem has different types of cells. Xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers and tracheids. There are different types of cells, I said, no? Xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, tracheids. These are the different types of cells present in the xylem. It's a single tissue, but different types of cells are present. Different structures. The structure also differs. Actually, in a tissue, the cells must have similar structure and they should perform similar function, no? But coming to complex permanent tissue, in the xylem, there are different types of cells are there. Xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, tracheids, and in phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers, companion cells, sieve tubes, like that different cells are present. That is why they come under complex permanent tissue. Xylem carries water from roots to other parts of the plant, and phloem carries food from leaves to other parts of the plant. What are the different cells present in phloem? Phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers, sieve tubes and companion cells. Yes? These are the different cells present in phloem. These are the different cells present in xylem. That is why they are called complex permanent tissue. So, altogether, plants have mainly two types of tissues. Meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Under meristematic tissue has the cells which promote the growth of the plant parts. Under meristematic tissue, three types of tissues I said: apical meristems, lateral meristems, intercalary meristems. Apical meristems are present at the stem tip and the root tip. Lateral meristems are present on the lateral walls of the stems, and intercalary meristems are present at the nodes of the stem. They promote the growth of branches and leaves, flowers, etc. And next, permanent tissue. Coming to permanent tissue, two types: simple permanent, complex permanent. Under simple permanent tissue, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, it is the ground tissue. It may be spherical or oval shaped cells with intercellular spaces and cell walls are thin. And it is in green parts of the plant, that is young stems and leaves, the parenchyma has chloroplasts. The parenchyma with chloroplasts is called chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is nothing but the parenchyma only. As it has chloroplasts, it is called chlorenchyma. And the parenchyma tissue with large intercellular spaces is called aerenchyma, that is present in the aquatic plants which have to float on the water. These air spaces, the intercellular spaces filled with air, they make the plant float on the water without sinking into the water. And next one is collenchyma. Collenchyma is present in the stems and midrib veins of the leaves, and they give mechanical strength. They make the plant parts flexible, isn't it? And next one, sclerenchyma with dead cells. Parenchyma and collenchyma have living cells, and sclerenchyma has dead cells. The cells are hexagonal in shape. There are no intercellular spaces, and cell walls have lignin. They are completely dead cells. They are the hardest parts in the plant, mainly present in the nuts, covering of the some of the fruits. Very hard shells are present, like that. So Next one, complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue means xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem together called vascular bundle. So xylem is having different types of cells. What are the different types of cells in xylem? Xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, tracheids. In phloem, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers, sieve tubes and companion cells. These are the different types of cells present in xylem and phloem. Xylem carries water from roots to other parts of the plant. Phloem carries food from leaves to other parts of the plant. This is about the plant tissues. Hope you understood, children. Go through the lesson in the textbook. Read the lesson. Have a nice day.